Mitraaya namaha. Welcome to VSPTenneti channel Energy Circles. I am Dr.Harish Tenneti, maxillofacial surgeon, Guru Mitra. Recently, when I interacted with one of our Mitras, she's a mother, she asked us this question. I am doing so much of sadhana, but my child is unable to pick that up. She's condemning all this and she's not believing in God, or she's not interested in all this. How do I bring the child to do sadhanas or to chant mantras and all? Very interesting and important question, and this is everyday scenario. You see people who say, why are you chanting, man? Why are you doing all this? Why the chanting? Why the mantras? Or why spirituality and all? Well, this video is not an answer to all of them, but this video can answer some of your inherent queries. You know, these things, we know that by just chanting mantras you are not becoming Vishwamitra. By just doing sadhana you are not becoming someone great, but still reluctantly or with some kind of hope in our mind we keep doing it. So this will answer most of your questions inherently which are stuck in your mind, right? Because of lot of media these days, people keep asking us if there's no God, or if there is God, prove, or if God is so good, why he is ill-treating us, or why all these problems, why not end wars and all, etc. So this keeps coming to us all through the time. So suppose you are into some kind of sadhana or practice, these questions keep coming to you. So remember this. This video will really help you in answering those inherent questions to yourself. This is no way involved in the debate, but for yourself. First thing is sadhana. Whatever the chanting, the sadhana, the procedures, the rituals, the tantra prayogas, what we are doing in Arkavidya, Shamantakvidya and etc., all the courses are for individual first. You are in nowhere taking that ownership of solving people's problems. First, solve your problems. One. Second is, by doing sadhanas, you will only charge your battery. Okay, this is very important to understand. This is all about energy, and you are charging yourself. Suppose if there is a problem, and suppose if there is a big stone which you have to push, you need to generate that energy to push, right? Similarly, suppose you want to go through the life to a greater level, or in your spiritual journey, or in your professional career, or whatever it is. If you want to achieve greater height, or if you want to go to a next level, you have to generate that energy, and sadhanas will definitely help you generate that energy. But the problem is, your mind keep questioning you, saying, okay, I didn't get any result, okay, I didn't get anything, okay, I didn't get any magical powers and all. So this is wrong thing what your mind keeps feeding you, or probing you, saying, oh, I didn't get any powers and all. So that will never happen if you expect, okay? And you should understand this. If you expect some powers, you will never get those powers, okay? So you have to keep doing your sadhanas, and by the grace of Guru, you will really see miraculous powers coming into you. And that has to be experienced. Suppose I'm hungry and I say I want to eat something, and someone gets food to me and that's delicious food, I will understand that magic. To a person who is observing all this, he would say, okay, you're hungry, you're eating, so what? Because you are the person who is hungry and you are eating food, you know how valuable is that miracle to you. Similarly, your experiences are absolutely yours. Suppose you are doing a sadhana and you see a miracle, you don't have to explain it to your son, your child, your brother, your husband. No, you don't have to convince anyone. You have to get convinced yourself that if you continuously do the sadhana, if you don't leave your spiritual practice, you will see so many things will fall in place. so many uncontrolled things will fall in place. Those things which are really, if you leave it, will actually lead to disastrous events, will just move aside, and there'll be clear path to you. Okay. So this is most important thing of sadhana, that most of your journey is cleared, or the path is almost made clear to you if you regularly do your sadhana without a bias. Suppose you keep something else in your mind and just chant, maybe that will help, but it'll take a long time to help you. So this is another important and most important aspect of sadhanas. The next and the major important thing of sadhana is never ever try to convince others. Even at this stage, we never ever try to convince others about, see how miraculous we are. We don't convince. That's against TSM and against our vidyas. We don't have to tell anyone. When the right time comes, the person will automatically ask you that question and he'll get initiated. And it is nandubaba who just picks people. So you don't have to convince anyone, not even your child, your son, daughter, or whoever it is. Don't try to convince. And as we already tell you in our courses, no big bottus, no big malas. Your spirituality is your personal affair. You and your God should know. It is not a publicity campaign to tell everyone that, see how great I am. Don't do that. Don't ever do that. Your spirituality is absolutely personal affair. Personal affair. You and your God. That's it. Okay. So don't publicize your spirituality. But you can definitely, suppose if someone is in need, you can tell them the process. If they follow it, well and good. If they don't follow it, just ignore it. Just forget about it. Don't try to rub about your sadhanas to someone else. It can be even your child. But few things will definitely help your child change. Suppose you are doing your sadhanas regularly and you are not shouting at people, and you are cool, you are calm, you are able to manage, you are able to earn well, you are able to do your deal your circumstances well, then I'm sure your daughter, your son, your child will follow your footsteps. Suppose you do sadhana, and once you come out of the sadhana, you shout at them, you curse people, you talk negative, you deal things in most haphazard manner, then they will definitely not like it. So they definitely want to come out of your grip. Okay. So suppose you really want your son, your child, your husband to enter into your spiritual path, you have to show how beautiful it is by your life example. You are doing sadhanas and you are always frustrated, you are always crying, you are always cribbing, but to say you are saying positive affirmations, and outside that you are always shouting, you are always crying on others, you are always greedy, you are always having lust, you are always having anger, then that will definitely not help or influence your child or your son, your daughter. So this is the most important thing. Don't rub your spirituality onto others. Spirituality is your personal affair, and spirituality has to blossom, and the fragrance has to reach people. You don't have to take that flower and put in everyone's nose. That's wrong. Similarly, suppose your daughter is not interested, leave her, because there are purva punyams and purva samskaras which keep coming up, and they just don't understand the power of sadhana. A spiritual sadhana will actually eliminate 90 to 99% of your problems, uncontrolled problems. And you know how things will unfold if you really work hard on your spiritual process. People around you, or the samskaras or papa karmas of others, would really get withered away or shattered, and they will really come up in their life. So all I want to say is, you do your spiritual process properly, you follow your sadhanas properly, you ascend from Arka Vidya, Shamantaka Vidya, Mahashamantaka, or pick up some course and do it regularly, like Ved Sahasrapath. If you start doing it and you do it regularly, it can be a small practice, but do it regularly, half an hour time, and you see how things change. There are mitras who would do for one day, then leave it for 5 days, then do for 2 days, leave it for 5 days, and then they challenge God that, oh God, I've tried so much, you didn't help me, I will change another, or I'll go into some other God or something like that. God is not going to change for you. There are certain rules. There is a physics to this universe, cosmos, and the world will operate in that way. And suppose if your purva samskaras or purva punyas are really in a good shape, you will see miraculous things happening all around you. No one has to show you. It will just open up. So understand this process, and my straight answer to those who feel, okay, I am doing so much sadhanas, why my son or child or husband is not cooperating or not understanding this process? I'm telling you this, I'm telling you again and again, you do your process. Don't try to prove it to anyone else, your spiritual journey. Don't try to prove it. You do your sadhana, half an hour time, early in the morning when everyone is sleeping, or you grow in your life, you grow in your personality, you grow in your in an overall development, you control your kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya. Then you see how your spiritual journey will take you towards influencing everyone. Forget about your child and your son and daughter or your husband. Everyone around you will get influenced if you really practice what we are teaching. Okay, and the gist of this is, spirituality is absolutely personal affair. Don't try to rub it onto your son or daughter because they are younger. Hope this will help you, and in case you have any doubts, please feel free to message Dr.Harish Tenneti at gmail.com. DRHRSH Harish TENNET at gmail.com. You can mail me in case you have any doubts. I'll see you on the next video. Until then, mitraaya namaha.